The purpose of this video is to examine push-ups done in the sagittal and transverse planes between the most built male and the least built female in our group. Deviations in each subject from the correct push-up form will also be noted. In the sagittal plane push-up, the hands should be placed underneath the shoulders, shoulder width apart and fingers facing forward. Elbows are tucked in at the sides, and the elbow should be facing posteriorly. The back and legs should be straight and in line with each other throughout the whole push-up, while remaining parallel to the floor. In the male subject, cervical extension was noted, along with lumbar lordosis, which caused an anterior tilt to the hip, possibly because he is not engaging his core. The subject's knees are also slightly flexed. Being left-handed, the male subject places more weight on his left side, which is why we see the left shoulder is lower than the right during the push-ups. Next, we will observe the female performing a sagittal push-up. As we look at the female performing the sagittal push-up, her legs and trunk did not get to parallel position because her hip was flexed with slight increase in lumbar extension and thoracic flexion. In addition, the cervical spine was flexed. All these deviations could contribute to helping distribute weight to the legs. Also, her hands were improperly placed anterior to her shoulders. From the anterior view, we observed the female subject's elbows flared out laterally. She also leans to the left to offload weight on a previously injured right wrist. She was not able to go down all the way in her push-ups and not do as many reps as the male because of lack of upper body strength, which can further help to explain the deviations from proper form. Now we will examine the transverse plane push-up. Looking at the transverse plane push-up, push-up motion is the same as the sagittal plane, but instead, hands are internally rotated, elbows point laterally, and fingers point medially. During the transverse push-up, the subject's shoulders are abducted when going down, along with the elbows moving laterally, as opposed to the shoulders and elbows remaining next to the trunk during sagittal push-ups. In the male, cervical extension and lumbar lordosis persist. Knees also continue to be slightly flexed. The male subject also continues to bear more weight on his dominant left side. Next, we will observe the female subject performing transverse plane push-ups. In the female, cervical flexion, thoracic flexion, hip flexion, and anterior hand placement persist. The female subject also continues to bear more weight on her left side. Again, she was not able to go down all the way in her push-ups due to lack of upper body strength.